Yeah. Okay, so you guys are gonna love this. So you know I made a video a while ago calling out Antifa and BLM for basically being a soy boy version of the IRA. And here's the thing. The reason I respect the IRA is because of their beliefs. Here's the thing. The reason I love the IRA so much, not because I'm Scots-Irish, and of course both my Scottish and Irish heritage did fight the Protestant British against the occupation of their lands, but here's the thing, folks. What I gotta love is that this little bombshell happened, and I recently found this out from a channel I love watching called The Liberal Hive Mind, where this guy actually exposes this. I wanted to share this because, oh my god, this is fucking hilarious. So, ladies and gentlemen, an Antifa quote-unquote commander was caught in the fetal position crying with a flamethrower. Which, by the way, for anyone who's wondering, flamethrowers are technically legal. They're considered farm equipment. So, of course, anyone can just build one, too. But what I gotta fucking love is that this son of a bitch was literally caught crying by the police officers. So, here's the scoop, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Banta, B-A-T-A, age 23, was charged with obstruction of an officer and 2 counts of felony bail jumping. You're gonna love this, folks. So, the criminal complaint says Banta is known to be a violent Antifa member who incites violence and otherwise relatively peaceful protest. No shit, Sherlock. Police says he is known as Commander Red. Okay. Let's go with this, shall we? So, a responding officer says he saw 4 individuals walking towards a protest with baseball bats. One man was wearing a metal helmet. God only knows where he got that from, probably eBay. With goggles and military-style gear and multiple pouches while carrying an Antifa flag. When the officer pulled his squad car in front of the group, they ran away. The officer caught Banta, who was carrying the flag, and Banta dropping into a fetal position and began crying. Oh my god, it just gets better. It just gets better. The best fucking part about this, the guy was carrying a flamethrower. Okay. Here's the thing, folks. I've said this multiple times, but a bullet is a lot better than anything else being dead from. But this stupid son of a bitch apparently doesn't understand, like, here's the thing. This is Antifa in a nutshell. They talk a big game, but here's the thing. Unlike the IRA or any other group who've actually stepped up and actually done what they were going to do, this son of a bitch actually fell down into a fetal position crying. I'm sorry, here's a little story I want to tell you. The IRA, back during the Troubles, actually did use flamethrowers, actually did use Molotov cocktails. And while, yes, a lot of you may point out that they did, in fact, kill civilians, I'm going to condone that, yes. There were a lot of civilian casualties during the Troubles, but the majority of them were Protestants who attacked Catholic civilians also. So, it was a war between two sides of religion and beliefs. But the IRA, while, yes, did, in fact, use flamethrowers during the conflict, they didn't drop down to a fucking fetal position and start crying. No, they actually used the goddamn thing on Protestants and British soldiers. This dumb son of a bitch known as Commander Red. Yes, Ivan, Comrade Red, of course, yes. No, this guy actually fell down fucking crying. Antifa, just give up. And the sad part is, what if you guys actually killed someone who was unarmed? And when the police showed up, did you actually try to shoot at them? No! You ran away like a bunch of pussies. Every single fucking one of you who, and I've said this many times, who claims that you're gonna kill cops, you're gonna do this. Anytime the police actually does show up and you guys have guns in hand, you never take the fucking shot! Hell, this son of a bitch had a flamethrower! If it was the IRA, they would have opened fire on the cop. If it was the IRA, they would have done what they always did. They would have opened fire on the police officer. But no, you dumb motherfuckers basically ran away like a bunch of fucking cowards. You are all cowards. You are the pussy boy version of any resistance movement. Hell, let's go back a little further. Let's go to the 60s again, and let's go to someone else. Oh yeah, Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro actually, he probably is laughing at you guys. Hell, every single communist revolutionary is probably laughing at you, rolling in their grave, because in as much as a lot of you are going to call me out saying, oh, you're praising communism, no, I'm actually praising people who actually had the balls to do something. The communist revolution actually did do something. Yes, they protested, but they actually did pull the trigger. You, on the other hand, I have yet to see you. I have yet to see you actually follow through with your threats against police officers. I have yet to see BLM carry through with their threats against police officers. I have yet to see any of you carry through, because I think each and every single one of you is a bunch of pussies. And those of you who do pull the trigger, you're going after the weak. You're going after literally people who are unarmed. You're a bunch of cowards. Again, I know a lot of you are going to pull up the IRA and the fact of, yes, the IRA did open fire on civilians. Yes, the IRA did, in fact, car bomb in civilian populated areas. But here's the context. The IRA was doing it as a response to them being shot. Hell, the not the Valentine Massacre, my God. There was an actual, during the Troubles, there was a British commander who actually opened fire on IRA protesters, on Catholic protesters. And the IRA's response literally was to car bomb British soldiers, was to attack Protestant police officers, to attack Protestants, because Catholics were being killed. What is Antifa's response? What is BLM's response to people being arrested? People basically doing, they don't do a goddamn thing. This is why I respect the Irish. This is why I respect those who actually do action. They actually take action. I respect those who take action. I don't respect cowards who attack unarmed civilians. Do I support the idea of violence? No, I don't. I don't support the idea of violence. I don't support the idea of burning down buildings. I don't support the idea of, during peaceful times when a supposed peaceful protest is going on, that you just go ahead and go fucking rioting. That you just go out and you start burning things. During wartime, on the other hand, again, I specifically am going to specify this, during the Troubles, it was a war. It was a conflict. The IRA was fighting a war. The Communist Revolution was a war. That was an open conflict. These dumb assholes are committing terrorist acts. But instead of actually targeting military targets or even police targets, mind you, like back in other conflicts that happened in the past, these dumb assholes are basically going apeshit because they can. Again, I know a lot of you may call me out. You're more than welcome to. That's your freedom of speech. That's your right to. But Antifa, BLM, if you're going to do it, if you're going to have guns, if you're going to pull the trigger, then pull the fucking trigger, you bunch of pussy dickless cowards. And I mean this. You're a bunch of pussy dickless cowards. Hell, my grandmother, who was a hippie back in the 60s, she actually did bomb people. She actually threw Molotov cocktails at cops. She was arrested, yes, but at least she owned up to what she believed in. She hated the Vietnam War, which was kind of ironic because my grandpa was a National Guardsman during the protests, during the civil rights movements, but he hated the idea of segregation, but he was a soldier. He followed orders, and he himself had Molotov cocktails thrown at him. He himself actually fought back against protesters who were literally shooting at him. He literally was shot at. So, yeah, there's a big difference between you assholes and people back then. All the people who want to say, okay, boomer, boomers actually did have the balls to do something. My grandma was a boomer. My grandpa was a boomer. Both of them got shot at. Well, not my grandma. My grandma just mostly threw bricks and Molotov cocktails. But my grandpa, who was a National Guardsman during the Vietnam, after he got home stateside and actually did, during the protests and all, he actually was shot at. Now, he wasn't there during the Kensington massacre. He wasn't there. He was actually part of the Tennessee National Guard. But he actually was shot at by protesters. He actually did get Molotov cocktails chucked at him. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, you Antifa and BLM dumbasses, that's what you are. Dumbasses. You're cowards. You are pussies. So I'm just gonna say it as I say it before, and you guys are more than welcome to also. Either pull the goddamn trigger, actually follow through on your goddamn threats, and own up your mistakes like a fucking man or woman, or basically have the balls or ovaries of steel to fucking do it, or just go home, sit down, and shut the fuck up. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus. Anyway, I'm shaking at the moment with anger, so I'm going to go ahead and just leave it off with this. To those of you who are in the blue states that are currently fighting these dumbasses, that are currently doing that, you have the legal right to defend yourself. So if these dumbasses start pointing guns at you and they do fire a shot at you, you are more than welcome, by the law, mind you, to shoot the son of a bitch. Or shoot the bitch. The more of them realize that we aren't gonna bow down, the more of them realize that we won't back down, and we will stand our ground and actually pull the trigger on them when they actually have the balls to pull the trigger at us, that's when this shit's gonna get under control. But until then, I say thank you for joining me on my little calling out, of course, of these cowards. And I wish you all safety. I hope every single one of you understands the laws that we have and the legal rights we have to defend ourselves. And to anyone out there who may be affected by a hurricane at the moment, or have been affected by the hurricanes that hit the United States recently, I hope you guys are safe. I hope the insurance company is fucking paying you for your household to actually get it rebuilt, or you move out. I really do hope you guys actually do get out of the blue states, though, because I say let them burn. Just fucking let them burn. But for those of you who are Americans, thank you for watching. God bless you. God bless America. And see you next time. Later.